Hey everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we're gonna flip through this magazine over here. This is June 2024's Wargames Illustrated. It is issue 438. As you can see over here, we're gonna see what's gonna be inside. That's gonna be the Salute Show report, which I'm quite excited about. And we've got the some dramatic OSL here. Some ruckus campaigns. I mean, if you did not know, gave away a free rule set a couple of issues ago, and this is from that. And hitting the beaches. Now the cover is basically pikes, which actually gives you an idea what this issue is about. This is the weapons issue, according to the folks at Wargames Illustrated. So let's look inside. First off, you've got some credit. I love that. A little bit of credit over there. So over here, they credit the artwork that you're gonna see inside by Angel Garcia Pinto. Is that his name? British Commandos, and then the uh, the front cover is done by Peter Dennis, which is it's great. I think our hobby relies so much on good art, so crediting the artist is such a good idea. I'm a big fan of that when people do that. Crediting the artist, crediting the companies that make the figures that you feature. All these should be part and parcel of any miniature print run. Start off with observation post, and over here is something really interesting. This is Dungeons and Lasers Primacast or Prismacast Govern Mind. Now, what is Prismacast? It basically means. Let me show you here. That's right. It's printed in color, so you immediately get color trained. I think this is quite cutting edge, if you ask me. It means basically that when you get the set, it's fully colored. You don't really have to worry too much about painting it. You just assemble it and you immediately put it on a table and play with it. I think that's a great idea, and I hope to see more of this. I think Archon Studios has another kit that's pre-painted, but it's nice that they have another one. The Prismacast 12 of mine. I think I don't know. I'm not so sure whether the other one's a Prismacast as well. I need to double check. Okay, so moving on, we got Osprey Games' Stargrave. Now, Stargrave has been taking up at the shop really, really well. And as you can see over here, this is their Dead or Alive rule set. And this is pretty much the, I want to say it's the solo gaming expansion, um, which is, again, why it's when it came out in June. It sold pretty well here at the store. Moving along, we've got Footsore Miniatures, um, Gangs of Rome accessory set. Wallet Games released the Gangs of Rome bundle, and this you can add on to this if you like. Miniatures are produced by Wargames Atlantic, which is uh, the plastics. But Footsore does the accessory set. Moving along, you got the Villas of Galen the Greek. And then you have Wargames Atlantic. Wargames Atlantic, man, whatever they're doing right now is ace. They're doing a great job. It's a bit of a glare here, if you don't mind. They're doing huge inroads when it comes to like figures and making figures better or sculpting figures better. In this case, the sculpts uh, done in two parts, which is kind of cool. So you've got top part and a lower part. This is kind of different from what's usual, which is just one piece for the torso. I think that's kind of neat. I don't think that will work for everything though. So we'll see how it looks like with the next kits that are coming out. And then speaking of that, you have the Wargames Atlantic British Expeditionary Force and the BEF. It says here that earlier on, a couple of years back, the BEF didn't really actually get a lot of miniatures, but these days they seem to be having a lot. I think it's the success of all these like early war movies that have come out, which I think has inspired miniature sculptors to actually release BEF figures. Um, yeah, but Wargames Atlantic does that. They do all this like really fringe stuff, which is great. And they do this because they've got this thing called Vox Populi, where basically what you do is in order to suggest which range they do next, you give a £5 donate, £5 donation, and then you submit your recommendation, and once you've submitted it, what happens is people get to vote on it, and once it's got enough votes or it's the highest voted, they make the set out of it, and the £5 that you use to as the entry fee becomes goes towards the box that you will get, or goes towards credit to Wargames Atlantic. It's a great idea, and also helps get all these different ranges out, because sometimes as a manufacturer you're stuck because you don't know sure not so sure what to make next. And I think Wargames Atlantic has stumbled upon something which is I think is quite the winner, because you know that people have asked for it and people have voted on it. Moving along, you got the new Rangers Lead the Way set. This should be out by now. It was released in May. I have the old metal box set, uh, which actually was called Rangers Lead the Way, which I thought was kind of nice to have in the store. But this is the new plastics. Then we got a Achtung Panzer. We did a couple of demos for Achtung Panzer recently, and let me just say, it was quite fun. I'm looking forward to where they're gonna go with this, and like I said, I'm really hoping they do early war with for Achtung Panzer. Right, moving along, we've got let's see now. It says here it's okay. Most of this stuff is basically from Salute, because Salute just ended, and in many ways a lot of folks are still reeling from it, or are still like in vibrating from it. The vibes were fantastic. I heard this year at Salute. So let's look at what they've released on the release radar, and you've got something from Mantic Games over here. And this is the Mantic Games uh, the Dungeon Saga Origins expansion, Glimmer of Greed. Yeah, look at the set. Does not look set. It looks like it's got a lot of nice pieces. I mean, it's an expansion, so it's supposed to have the main game to play this, I guess, from Mantic Games. And then you got let me see, what's this? Gray for Now. Gray for Now games. Uh, those sculpts are quite nice, actually. They're very nice sculpts. So yeah, that's Grey Knight Games, and you've got let me see, what's this? Oh, more. You've got more big figures over here. Oh, and who are this? Who are this from? I need to double check. Pa, 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 pa. Back Nin Miniatures. Oh, okay. Oh, look, they've actually showed you what this is, like this heads with the long hair. It's basically the headpieces that they use. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. That's nice. That's nice to have on the figures. Then you got more Napoleon figures. Let's see who's yeah. And this is David Wood's Little Soldier Napoleon figures. Huh. It's apparently created for the Alice in Gunderland range. I'm not so sure what that is. I'm gonna have to I have to research that a little bit more and maybe come back to you again. Moving along, we've got this is a book, and this is from Caliber Books. This is Waterloo 1969. What's that? Let me see if I can read it. Another fanciful representation of Le Petit Caporal was seen in the film Waterloo, new book by Caliver. Waterloo 1969 isn't directly wargaming related, but as a photojournal of the film. Oh, okay, it's a film. Okay, got it. Moving along, you got Gringo 40s, and these are Native Americans. I haven't really painted any Native Americans. I think I was supposed to paint some for the American War Independence, but I never got around to it. I think the figure is somewhere in the storeroom. Okay, moving along, you got Rubicon models, and they've got storages. I think storages are great. Simply because you help to really customize your tanks and add a little bit more to your tanks. Here in Malaysia, I think only the Plamo or the plastic modelers guys put a lot of stowage on their kits, simply because they want them to look really nice. They want to really customize it. But on the wargaming front, people seem to be more happy to just either green stuff some sandbags on and not get the sets for storages. But I recommend getting the set. I mean, let's just glue them on. I mean, I understand it's part of the hobby, but let's just glue them on. And besides, Rubicon has released sets. In fact, the sets are divided into either Commonwealth storages and Axis storages, which is kind of neat. Moving along, we got offensive miniatures again. Offensive miniatures. They seem to be in every magazine. I keep saying I want to have a look at them, but I haven't. And these British Commandos in Denison smocks. Okay, moving along, we got Master Stroke Games. What's this? What's this supposed to be? So it's a skirmish game in mid room. Okay, and then pa, 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 pa. Oh, these are indie figures from Olmec Games, The Drowned Earth. Um, I think this was on Kickstarter at some point. I can't remember. I think they were. My memory's not so great. Yeah, and these are some releases from them, I guess. Moving along, you got Forge Master Miniatures. Let me see what's this. Oh, Shield Maidens. Is it what they are? Yeah, Shield Maidens, and then they've got over here they got some epic miniatures, epic scale miniatures by Rock Minis, and this is supposed to be. I was reading somewhere it was supposed to be used. You can use it with or to match ranges like Legio Imperialis and Mantic's Epic Warpath. Nice. I like the fact that we're going back to Epic. Epic is fantastic. I mean when it came out, but I haven't played the Epic Warpath. Neither have I played Legions Imperialis, so I can't comment on those. But I remember old Epic was really fantastic. In fact, first edition Epic was awesome because it had all these pieces and stuff like that, which I still have in the store. I should feature them. I'm not so sure how to feature them though, but I should. Anyways, moving along, we got cultural experience. I talked about this in the last few magazine flips. How to go on holiday and actually have a little bit of history. Moving along, we've got quick fire, and these are basically some uh, articles and submissions from readers and what they've been doing. Some light stuff, I guess, over here, which is great. This few pages is basically the Wargames Illustrated magazine acknowledging the community, which I think is a great idea because again, you know, just like Wargames Atlantic, you're not so sure what to feature, and when you open your doors to the gamer, you'll be surprised on what you're gonna get, or what they want to talk about and what actually gets your attention as well. So these few pages are also quite great. You will definitely see some variety in this one. These few pages. Moving along, weapons in war games, and this one is by the Perry twins and Jervis Johnson. And what they do here is they talk about weapons and how, for example, they put weapons into their scalps. The research that goes into the scalps of sculpting weapons for their miniatures. Apparently they don't. Apparently they outsource it. But yeah, and then they also talk to Jervis and talking about how important when you're doing you're designing a game, how important are weapons. And this is keeping to the theme of Wargames Illustrated this month, where it says it's a weapons issue. Clash of Steel over here. Then scrap heap challenge. I think this is a really nice article. It's a bit of a throwback to the old White Dwarf articles, where there was, I remember there was a spaceship that did with a was it a soap bottle or something. And this is maybe more updated, but what it is basically building new models, from whatever bits you got left. I mean, our bits boxes are not just sometimes. I mean, sometimes they are basically bits of sprue which you didn't really use, but for modelers, man, I mean, their drawers are filled with like different shapes and stuff like that to that they think, oh, I'm going to use this at some point to build something. And here is an article of that kind of person, who's found different bits put together, and the result is very very nice. It looks really, really good. Let me see the picture right here. Looks really really nice. The final kit. It definitely adds something to your table. It's something unique to your table, that's for sure. First score has the ad here, and it's for Nevermind Bill Hooks, Bohemia. Okay, moving on. We got 2,000 years and counting, and this article is basically uh all the all about the cover. So in this part, they talk about the pike, and pole arms. So it's a little bit of history. Now, if you remember, man, about a decade ago, there were a lot of historical magazines which you could buy on the shelves, But now you're gonna get an article that it's not a deep dive, but I think it's very well written, talking about pikes and pole arms, and I like the fact they put all these nice pictures in it, uh, to 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 make the article even more interesting, and miniatures, as you should have miniatures. Yeah, but I like this picture. I've already put a picture like, I mean, this is an old picture of let me see now, schoolgirls firing a light machine gun, which yeah, the pictures, love it. These articles is quite long, it's quite extensive, and it pretty much covers the peak of pike and pole up to where it finally ended up, which is no longer relevant. Okay, moving along, we've got North Star, and North Star has got in here as well. Heinz figures have got it. And thanks to these guys, we actually have a magazine going because these guys help pay the bills. Moving along, we got 1944 hitting the beaches, and this is a uh, hobby article a little bit because they were replaying the D-Day uh, landing, and it's 80 years. Has it been 80 years? And building terrain for it, and showing you what they did and how they built it, which is good because if you're at some point, whenever June comes along, there's always talk of getting playing a little bit of the landing. I mean, it's one of the most iconic landings of World War II. In fact, iconic landings ever. So I'm sure every war games group worth its salt wants to run it and fight it. And here's some ideas on how to build the bits and terrain for it. Moving along, we got a Stargrave Dead or Alive. We talked about this earlier. Available in June, so it's available now. Hit your bookstores and try to get it. Okay, so smiting the good smite, and in this case, in this article, it's chariots. Ah man, whenever I pull out a game of DBA, it's always nice to see army early book one or book two armies with chariots. It just it adds something to the table. I mean, later when I was playing other games. In fact, even before, when you play like a skeleton army, like the Camry, right? Having chariots is always fantastic. In fact, I think and they were the Camry army had a sort of skeleton central army with let me see now, what was the general, uh he had his 4 horse chariot. I can't remember his name offhand at the moment. Cetra, yeah, Cetra, and he had his chariot, and you could actually feel like more than one squadron of chariot, which is amazing. But over here we have a look at all his different chariots, and again, I truly appreciate all the different pictures of chariots, and as per usual, you've got like miniatures. Always great to have miniatures. Again, I wish the miniatures were credited. Maybe that's something that the editorial can think about, simply because well, if you like what you see in the magazine, you want to know where you got them from. It could be something that could help the whole community. Moving along, we've got Salute 51. So there's been 51 salutes, and I've not been to any. So I'm hoping in my hopefully near future I'll attend one. And every time I look at one of these, I figure, how am I gonna navigate all of that? But one day I'll get myself to Salute. I mean, it's halfway across the world. I'm in Malaysia at the moment. Anyways, so let's have a look at the awards. I think they were giving out awards here. So you got the Best Historical Game Award, and this is by the Southeast Scotland War Games Club, Valor and Fortitude. Which is basically the free rule set that you got a couple of issues back. Then you got the Helshams War Games Club, Evading the Devil's Paintbrush over there. I think this was if not mistaken, it was like lit up. I gotta watch the video again. I mean, I've seen all of this on video, which is great. It helps. Then we got Water Viking, best participation game, best of show, gallons, the gallons of Foe. All of this, if you did not know, on YouTube to check out. So after this video, perhaps go check out that one. And I think you know I think this ship was featured in a previous issue of Wargames Illustrated. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong. Then you got the Wars of Oz. You got a bit of Warlord games over there. And then you got Grotesque Google Box. Now this one really caught my eye. To be honest, there was an interview that the editor of this magazine actually did with the creator of this table, and I was just impressed by the amount of work that went into it. He tried to make it as historically correct as possible, which I thought was totally appreciated. Moving along, we got the relief at North Chester, and then Hold Until Relieved. Oh, look at that, man! That's the title of the the game is already very evocative. So looking here, I'm like, man. I mean, like I said, all of these you can actually watch on YouTube again. A lot of folks have done reviews of them, of the tables. Then Russian Civil War, you know, um, yeah, you got the Siege of Gradara, and then you got China 1900s, which very nice, very very nice. Now, then you got this really interesting article, the Mosin Nagant rifle, and this is basically the again, it's it's the weapons issue, and in this issue, uh, Lisa Smedman discusses an iconic rifle which was used by her grandfather. So wow, so the person who wrote the article is actually doing a write down on the weapon itself, which I think is really really great. And again, miniatures, man. I mean, this is a miniature channel, and I love the miniatures. I mean, the historical pictures are really appreciate it, of course, but the miniatures, man. I love the miniatures, and it's a very long article, which I thought was great. And then we have giants in miniature, and this is the painting part of the magazine, and shows you how to get object source lighting, or OSL. It's definitely worth keeping on hand when you're painting to get trips, just reading along the tips. Then you got you got different you got ads from North Star and Headline. Then Annihilator, the Thompson submachine gun, again another weapon that gets a really really fat, nice, juicy article, which I think is great because like I said, it's called the weapons issue, and I'm so far I think there've been three different weapons that they actually you know really go into. They got campaigning in Ruckus, and this is well is well it's basically a campaign using the rules that they gave a couple of issues back, which if you didn't get it, I'm sure there's a way to get it. But I think it was really really nice for them to give the issue, and it's really nice that you've got people playing the game, which I think was kind of nice. And then you've got building a diorama. These are advanced. I want to say advanced gaming skills, because after you paint a whole bunch of figures, at some point you want to enter competitions, or you want to have something nice, to feature to put on your shelf. And a diorama is kind of cool. And you got tips like identifying the primary tones, getting the placement, learning how to do placements and stuff like that, which I thought was really really nice, because the final piece is excellent. Then we have ads from Art Master Studio, um, Close Quarter Battle right here. Then ads for Phalanx 2024, Skytrax miniatures. Let me see now, Black Hat miniatures, Tumbling Dice, Knuckle Duster. Let me see, am I missing anybody? Oh, Mardav miniatures. And then an ad to say that if you get the next issue of Wargames Illustrated, it'll come free with a sprue from Hail Caesar's Epic Punic Wars. I'm really excited about this because I've been wanting this from the first time I saw the Epic sets. So that's coming. That's coming soon too. The flip through of that issue. Hopefully, me painting that as well. And finally, the Wargames Atlantic roster. Look at that. Look at all the sets they've got. Definitely worth checking out. Head over to the site and just check them out. Finally, front rank miniatures. No Gripping Beast this time around, I guess. Oh wait, Gripping Beast as well in the back page. Very nice, very beautiful, very very meaty, lots of information, lots of good articles. Go get it at your bookstore if you can find it. If you can't find it and you're walking around any of the garage sales, or you see people selling it, now you know what's in it, so that you can actually go and get it later, or for cheaper, or buy it on in back issue market. So that's pretty much it. I hope you like this flip through. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to enjoy painting those videos.